Hey, what's up, guys? Octopus Man here. And today you guys get to see what I look like. Yes, I look like I don't know what I look like, 'cause I don't know people. But today you get to see what I look like, and also you can see that I'm not just a gamer. I'm also a fisherman. So that's what today's video is all about. Today's video is basically I'm just going to show you guys the 4 baits or 5, basically all the baits I use to catch the bass that are between any pound, like from 1 pound to 6 pound. I've caught a 6 pounder before. They're really fun to bring in, but they're nasty. They're really heavy and such. Yeah, it's just 6 pounds. But so yeah, I'm just going to show you guys the basic lures that I use. And the first lure that I use is just a basic lizard. This is a Zoom lizard in Green Pumpkin Magic. These are really, really nice lizards. These aren't even the ones I use mostly. I usually use the Tournament Series Bass Pro Shop ones. These are also really, really, they're big, and they're really, really good for bass. If you hook it Texas rig, Carolina rig, yeah, Texas rig or Carolina rig, they're really nice. You can catch lots of bass on these. So the basic colors I use for that is Green Pumpkin Magic, Green Pumpkin, or Green Pumpkin Chartreuse Tail. Great brand, Bass Pro Shops. They make a lot of nice baits. I love them. The 2 brands I always buy from is Bass Pro Shops and Zoom. They make the best baits, if you ask me, for soft plastics. I almost never use hard baits when fishing for bass, largemouth bass. Just the other day, I was using a Zoom Finesse Worm or trick worm, and I caught a 5-inch smallmouth on a 6-inch trick worm. It was weird. It was just weird. So those are the colors that I use for bass fishing with lizards. And on to the next one is basically your any kind of creature bait. I never use creature baits, but they do work very well for bass. Creature bait, tube, or even just a regular crawdad. This is big bite baits. It's the big bite baits Pro Series bass assortment. It doesn't even say what it is, but it's just a crawfish, guys. If you can get any type of crawfish, you can hook them on the back of a jig or anything like that. So these are basically just your crawfish imitating lures or lizard or whatever for the creature bait. So far we've gone over lizards and crawfish. Now we're going to go on to one of my personal favorites called a stickle worm by Bass Pro Shops. Here is a stickle worm, 5 3/8, 5 inches 3/8. Such a perfect lure, guys. You can never ever go wrong with this. My number 1 favorite color is this color right here. It's called Strawberry. I'll actually show you guys 3 baits, 3 stickle worms that work best for during the day, during the beginning of the day, or even late in the day. So this is Strawberry right here. Just a perfect anything for the day. So that's Strawberry. The other one I use for during the morning or late day or early day is Junebug. This bait is awesome, Junebug. Love it, love it, love it. This was the only one I ever used for a while, but this is Junebug. You'll catch multiple fish on this in New Hampshire. Any kind of fish, really. From pickerel to largemouth bass to pretty much anything like that. I caught a 22-inch pickerel on one of these things, hooked wacky rigged like that. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. You fought like a beast. So, for the last color that I use to catch bass, it would definitely have to be the black Red Flake. I absolutely love this color, guys. You get like slammed by a bunch of bass during the day, late day, when it's cooling off or heating up. This is the best color to use, pretty much on any bait. It's fantastic. When sticker worms are hooked Texas style, you know, they go like this, but they still flutter down. If they're hooked wacky rigged, they go like this. I use my worms to go on their boats hooked wacky rigged, and that's where I get all my bass, is right in the harbor. I've caught 6-pounders before. I've caught a lot of 4 and 5-pounders, and I've caught plenty of 2 to 3-pounders in there. In total fish I've caught in there, it's probably above 50 in the last 2 or 3 years. It's just amazing fishing in there. You can catch a ton of pickerel in there too. So those are the essential sticker worms. And if you guys want one more color that you can just use any time of the day, anywhere, any place, then it would have to be the green pumpkin blue flake. This color right here is absolutely amazing. You can see those blue flakes. It imitates a bluegill. Works great. So those were all of the, well, not all of, not even close to all of. I have 3, 6, 9, 11 sticker worms that I just put in my small little tackle box. Not even tackle box, just my small soft bait thing. But that's just what I put in there. I have 16 or 17 different colors in total of that. They're $5.79 for each pack. So if you're just starting fishing, just get 3 colors of the sticker worms, which is the one I just showed you. 3 of the colors that I showed you. Crawberry is the best color in sticker worms. It'll be worked anywhere, anytime, any place, and it will catch you fish. Alright, now on to another favorite of mine. I only have 2 favorites, and one of them sticker worm. And the next one has to be the Zoom trick worm. This bait is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. You can't go wrong with it. All you do is, it's also nicknamed floating worm because it sinks so slowly. That's why I use weights. This color is green pumpkin red. This is one of the best colors, so definitely use this color if you're just starting. Definitely get it. So here it is right here, the green pumpkin red flake. Can't really see the red flake, but it's really, really nice. Oh yeah, there you go. You guys can probably see that red flake in there. I caught 3 bass just this last weekend on this bait, and I mean, it was one of my new favorite secret spots by my house. I went with my cousin and my dad, and they were getting bites like crazy as well, but they didn't catch anything. I was the only one who caught anything, and the funny part is my cousin was casting on the right, and then I was like, you know what, I've already caught a fish over on the left, so I invited my cousin to go over to the left while I went to the right. And then first casting to the right, hit the lily pads, and this small fish jumped out and just grabbed it. And I had a 1.5 pounds on it. It was hilarious. The other 2 were 2-pounders. They were really nice too. So yes, definitely green pumpkin red flake and June bug as well for this color, for this Finesse trick worm. Those are the 2 best colors you can get, and pretty much, if it's murky water or even clear water, the color you want to use is close to red. If it's clear water, use something more natural, looks like a bluegill. But anything that's in ironish, like iron water, just use reddish colors. That's all you need. Alright, so now we're going to go on the last bait, and after that I'm going to show you guys how to rig a sticker worm, lizard, and a finesse worm, and my curly tail worms, which I'm about to show you. So, here we are, once again, and these are the Zoom Super Salt Plus Mag 2 worms, the curly tails. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Love it, love it, love it. These are in pumpkin chartreuse. So it pretty much gradually goes to chartreuse at the end. You can't really tell the difference until you really take it out and look at it. But here you go. It's a it's a 20 pack and they're 6-inch, I'm pretty sure. No, 6 or 7-inch, but these are really nice. If you just hook these guys with a little bit of weight on them, then when they go down, the tail curls a lot and then it kind of stands up and then it slowly sinks like this. And that just attracts the bass like crazy. You can't go wrong with it. If you guys look closely, you can actually see something in my glasses. I'm not sure. I can see my hand in my glasses and such, but it's not important. Never mind. But I love this curly tail worm. I catch a lot of fish on it. It's very fun to use. It looks really awesome in the water. Just great bait, guys. These are for all fishing in New Hampshire. The only bait that I can think, there's only 3 baits that I can think of that will work worldwide. That's a stickle worm, curly tail worm, or the lizards. Those are the only baits I can think of that would work worldwide at any place, anytime, anywhere. Alright, so those were the curly tail worms I want to show you, and now I'm going to just show you guys how to rig them, and basically that's it. There's multiple ways you can rig, what are they called? A lizard. But the best way is to rig it Texas style. That's pretty much the only way you want to rig it. So I'm just hoping that the people out there watching this video know that know how to rig Texas style. If you don't, you basically just take I use Gamakatsu 3/0 hooks, sometimes 4/0. You just take one of these, and then you just put it through the nose of the... Let's take one out and show you guys. So you take your lizard out, and then you hook it through the nose. Just through the nose, all the way until you see the bend. Once you see the bend, you just pull it out and hope that it's in the middle, like that, and then you just bring it up the hook and slide it onto there. And then you see where it falls naturally. So like right where it would fall naturally is right about there. So then you hook it right there on the bottom side, push it all the way through, and there's your classic Texas style lizard, and hopefully you just have a weight on your line over there and then you'll be fine. So that's how you rig a lizard. Now I'll show you guys how to rig a stickle worm. Let's go over my stickle worms. There's multiple ways you can fish a stickle worm, guys. If you're fishing, like, if you change it up a little bit, so the first way to fish a stickle worm is you just take it, the color I'm about to show you guys is called Houdini. I haven't really used this color whatsoever because it looks like a bass, and I'm fishing for bass, and they don't really eat bass. The first way you can hook a stickle worm is the easiest, and probably one of the most effective ways to catch bass in a harbor. You just take it, and you hook it right through the middle. Right like this. Just right there. Right through the middle of it. And then you bring it up, and there you go. There's your classic Wacky Worm Rig, and when it falls, it goes like this. It looks pretty cool in the water. It falls really, really slowly like that, so it attracts bass every single time. Sometimes you just won't bite it. I've lost quite a few fish this year. It's the end of the year. It's fall. Still good fishing, though. I've lost quite a few fish because my rod over there has broken. The tip of it has broken, so I've been losing fish. But, oh, let's take that worm right back out. There's 2 more ways. Well, one more way that you can rig it. You can't fish stickle worms wrong. You just can't fish them wrong. The other way to do it would be just like a lizard. You just take it, you go through the head like that, and then you pull it out where the bend is, and then you bring it up the hook, twist it, just fit right on there. Go like this, see where it fits naturally, whereabouts, push it through, and there you go. Just like that. That's not a very perfect one, but that's one of them. And there's two ways you can fish it like this. If you just fish it regular like this, it'll basically go down like a few, I would say half a foot, and then it'll wiggle like this. It'll wiggle on the bottom just like a wacky rig. But the special part about this is when you just slightly twitch your rod, it darts and darts and darts and darts. That attracts plenty of pickerel. If you want to catch pickerel, that's the best way to catch pickerel if you ask me. And it attracts bass on the fall. So, bass and pickerel. There you go. Bass, pickerel. Those are your two that you would catch fish on like this. And if you're fishing like right next to some lily pads and it's kind of deep, you want to get down there really, really fast, and you just want that darting fashion, then put a weight on your line over there. Put a weight on there, and it'll do something different. It'll go down really fast and dart up and down, dart up and down, dart up and down, rah, and it looks cool. And it attracts a lot of fish too. So that's your stickle worm, and that color was Houdini. I have not caught a fish on Houdini, but then again, I haven't really tried. I will try for you guys next time I go fishing. Hopefully, I bring my my phone or my iPad mini so I can record if it's not too cold out or too hot. Still pretty hot here in September. So those are your lizards and stickle worms. Now we're going to go on to finesse worms. I love finesse worms. So the best way to hook these is if you're right next to boats, kind of like stickle worm, you want to fall really slowly, you do the same thing. Alright, you just hook it through the head, and then to the bend, bring it out, shimmy it up the hook, and then find where it goes naturally and pull the hook out like that. And that just makes it fall really, really slowly. If you don't want that, and you want something that looks like a darting bait fish, or crawfish jumping off the bottom, which is where I've caught most of my fish, you just take it again, hook it the same exact way, except for with a weighted hook. You want a weighted hook or jig hook. So again, hook it the same exact way. And if you have a weight on your line, that works too. It works great with a weight on your line. You just pull it up, find where it ends naturally, pull it up, pull it back out. There you go. Same exact thing. And it'll fall like this. And then if you have the weight on, it'll fall really quickly and dart up and down and dart up and down. It does this weird curve like that, and that's what the fish like. They like that. Like the curve. And that's where they go crazy for it. So that is how you hook finesse worm. And it's the same exact thing for curly tail worms. So if you want curly tail worms, same exact thing. You always want to wait on your hook unless it's a pretty darn big curly tail worm and it's right next to you. So now that I've showed you guys all that, I'm just going to show you what the stickle worm looks like on my pole. So here's my pole right here. It is Graphite Series Bass Pro Shops IM6 Graphite. I have a blue plunger reel. It was a package, 17-pound test pole. If you're going for the bass like I'm going for it, you need a pole like this. I'm telling you right now. It did have a sensitive tip. It did. It had a very sensitive tip, but since the tip broke off, sadly, I can't really sense the bottom anymore. But again, this kind of ruins my hook set, so I can't really set the hook as nice as I could before as well. But here is what your basic stickle worm Texas rig setup is going to look like. Just like that. It's just going to like fall down, And then when you dart it, it works fantastically. And if you just want to, like, you decide, hey, I want this weedless, then you just bring it up like this, just push it up towards the hook, and then you bring this, I'll do this closer so you guys, so you push it right up to the hook, and then you just bring it back, stick your head in, and push it back. There you go. Now that's perfectly weedless. I can pull this through anything, and it'll stay like that. Sometimes you have to rehook it every once in a while like that, just because sometimes you do, if you're going through really heavy cover. The places you want to throw this is either right beneath a boat or right next to the lily pads or even in the lily pads. If you can somehow get it in between a lily pad, this thing will fall and you'll get smacked really, really hard. Not even kidding. You'll get slammed. So this is the crabberry I was talking about. This is my favorite color. It looks like anything that's in the water. So go to Bass Pro Shops, get this color. Alright? Go get it. This is awesome. Alright, guys. Well, I basically showed you everything that I can about my soft plastic bass fishing lures. So that's going to be it for this video. Octopus Man out.